This house costs $500,000, but the real price most people will pay is closer to $1.2 million. Between hidden fees, interest, insurance, and something called PMI, the real cost of owning a home in America has quietly exploded.
Wait, how does $500,000 turn into $1.2 million?
There's one hidden cost that makes a $500K home dramatically more expensive, and most buyers don't realize it until it's too late. What if I told you that buying a $500,000 home in America today might actually be a financial trap?
For decades, people believed owning a home was the safest path to wealth. But when you run the numbers in today's market, the math starts to look brutal. And for many Americans, the dream of owning a home at this price might be mathematically impossible without serious financial stress. Not long ago, $500,000 meant a luxury home. Today, in many cities, $500,000 barely buys a basic house. Sometimes older, smaller, and in need of repairs. What used to be considered a starter home price has exploded, and millions of buyers are discovering the entry point to home ownership is now far higher than they expected.
The down payment trap.
Then comes the first massive obstacle, the down payment. Financial experts recommend putting 20% down to avoid extra fees. That hidden cost is something called PMI. But on a $500,000 home, that means saving $100,000 in cash. For most Americans, that alone is nearly impossible. So many buyers put down 5 to 10% instead. But that decision triggers something called private mortgage insurance, or PMI. And PMI quietly adds hundreds of dollars to your monthly payment, making an already expensive home even harder to afford.
The real monthly cost.
But the mortgage payment you see online is rarely the real number. Once you add interest, property taxes, insurance, and maintenance, the actual cost climbs fast. In many cases, the true monthly cost of owning a $500,000 home reaches around $4,367 per month. And that's where the math starts to get uncomfortable.
The income gap.
Financial guidelines suggest your housing costs shouldn't exceed about 30% of your income. To safely afford a $4,000 plus monthly payment, a household would need to earn roughly $150,000 to $187,000 per year. But here's the problem. The median household income in the United States is around $84,000, meaning the average American family simply doesn't earn enough to comfortably afford a home at this price.
The harsh reality. And this is where many buyers fall into a dangerous position called house poor. They stretch their budget just to get into the home,
but end up living paycheck to paycheck trying to keep it. One unexpected bill, one job loss, one major repair, and suddenly the dream of homeownership becomes a financial nightmare.
But the monthly payment isn't actually the biggest financial risk. The real danger happens after you move in.
Millions stretch their finances to get the keys to a home, only to discover the real cost is living paycheck to paycheck just to keep it. Buying a house is supposed to make you financially stable. So why are millions of homeowners still living paycheck to paycheck? Because the price of the house isn't the real cost. The real cost is everything that comes after you get the keys. The real monthly cost of owning a home.
So the real problem isn't just that houses are expensive. It's that the system quietly pushes people to buy the maximum house they qualify for, not the one they can actually afford.
Banks profit from larger mortgages. Realtors earn commissions based on price, and lenders approve buyers based on the maximum loan they can handle.
Let's say you did everything right. You saved money. You avoided dumb purchases. You tried to be responsible. And somehow,
you still feel stuck. That's not an accident. It's by design.
you got the job, the apartment, maybe even the house. But look closer. Your income went up, yet your expenses rose even faster.
What do I have to pay for today? That's the shift. That's when money stops being a tool and starts becoming a leash.
Every time you earn more, your life quietly upgrades with you. Better car, better place. But here's the problem. Your financial freedom stays exactly where it was.
It gets dangerous because now you can't slow down, you can't take risks, you can't pivot, you can't breathe. Why? Because your entire life is built on continuous income. The moment it stops, everything collapses. So why doesn't everyone escape? Simple. Because the system feels safe. Predictable paycheck, predictable bills, predictable routine. Even if it's slowly draining you, it's familiar. And most people choose familiar pain over uncertain freedom. Now here's where the divide happens. Wealthy individuals don't play this game the same way.
So the entire system quietly encourages people to borrow more than they should. That's why millions of homeowners aren't actually building wealth. They're just servicing debt. Paycheck-to-paycheck living stress lack of financial freedom, ironically. The people who build the most wealth from real estate don't buy the most expensive homes. They buy assets, not liabilities. A few strategy are rental property house hacking, buying below budget, but there's another financial trap that quietly drains even more money than mortgages, and most people don't realize they're
Stuck in it.
It's called the income gap, and it explains why earning more money doesn't always make you richer. I'll break this down in the next video right here.